Okay, so looking at farming families in particular,
Yeah.
can you give us an example of some of the types of work that you've done?
Yeah, no, I can. I've got 2 or 3 farming clients where we've been building up retirement pots over the years. And as part of that retirement pot, they've included some of the farm assets. So some of the buildings sit within the pensions. So we've been working with mum and dad to create a liquidity pot that sits next to that property. But over the last 3 or 4 years, we've been bringing the next generation into those conversations in a much more detail and trying to work out, right, okay, the farm shed is a key asset. How do we then get the son involved in that, and what's the sequence of doing that? That's involved some good conversations with the accountant to help us there. And we've got one client in particular where we were just finalizing the number for mum and dad, and they're very close to that. And we've now started to work with the son to identify, well, what's the liquidity pot that you need? And interestingly, he's in his mid-30s, so you might think, actually, that's quite, why would you go into that level of debt for somebody that's that far away from retirement? And as I said to the clients, look, this is just a general direction of travel. We just need a broad number that at this point we can aim towards. And absolutely that number might change, and it likely will as his circumstances change and his children grow up and they decide whether they want to come into the farming business or not. But at least we have a target that allows us to set the wheels in motion. And the conversation that I'm now having with the son is, what does he need to save on a regular basis from the farm to allow him to have the same conversation with his children as we're having with his mum and dad and him sitting around this table.
Yeah, it's like gradual trickle down of family assets and trying to protect it and keep it within the family. So much more multi-generational approach rather than purely parental.
Yeah, and there's additional aspects that we're able to discuss with the lawyers and the accountants, because within any succession planning, I always think there's 2 channels that we need to have identified. There's one is what's actually happening with the assets, so the farmland and the buildings, etc. And that's where working closely with accountants and solicitors can really come to the fore. And then there's the liquidity. And that's broadly what the people are expecting to enjoy, so it's what we use to fund our holidays and fund our lifestyle and fun stuff that we do with family and friends. And this is where we need to make sure that these 2 channels are actually aligned, and that the conversation is not just with us, it's with us, the client, the accountant, and the solicitor. And there's open communications across all.